Well, good morning. I'm up on Ventnor Downs on the Isle of Wight in Ventnor, funnily enough. I was going to do a video this morning, but as you can probably tell, I'm not going to do a walk. There's the old pillboxes. I'm not going to see very much. It's quite eerie and cool, the view there, isn't it? Got the engine running, so I can charge a couple of things up. I need to go and get some fuel, so I might as well do that rather than go for a walk. Look at that there, it's cracking, isn't it? All fueled up. £39.35 for a full tank. Right, let's have a look down Wolverton Lane, I think, because unlike up the top, there's no fog down here, as you can see. All the primroses and daffodils are looking great in this area. The owners really removed a lot of the bramble and the stuff from here, reinstating the grazing. Which on balance is fair enough, I guess. Also been using a lot of herbicide. You can see the plants there. Plants have been sprayed selectively by the looks of it. I don't think the primroses have been sprayed. Anyway, let's go down Wolverton Road towards, go down the track towards Woody Bay Cottages. We just come off Wolverton Road. What a gorgeous morning. The breeze has dropped off. Definitely nice. Lots of primroses under the sycamores on that slope over there. There's been a few hoopoes. H-O-O-P-O-E, hoopoo, not hoopo, hoopoo, hoop-poo. Been a lot of those around the south, or not a lot, there's probably been about 20 along the south coast, mostly in the southwest, Cornwall and Devon. But there were two on the Isle of Wight yesterday, and they love areas of grass like this where they just wander around. They're kind of pink and white stripy thing when they fly. They look like a black and white stripy, well, pink, black and white stripy bird. About the size, well, stock dove, probably about that size. Or collared dove, that's probably a good reference species. Probably know what a collared dove looks like. It's a bit bigger than a starling, smaller than a wood pigeon, but doing that kind of thing, just wandering around, shuffling around on short grassland. Probably on your lawn or in churchyards. Renowned for turning up in mown churchyard lawns. This would be good for a hoopoo actually. It's probably a little bit too tall, the sward. It's a jay. Yeah, about jay size. That's about the size. Probably a little bit smaller. There's a jay hopping around on the grass there. Probably looking for holm oak acorns and another jay. They'll be very much on territory, very much nesting time for them. Right at the very beginning. It's lovely to see this hedgerow that the owner planted along here of native species, sea buckthorn here, and hawthorns. It's all opening up. Bit of a gap in the hedge there, but it's not a bad thing because that means you can still see the lovely house over there. And this what I assume is some sort of old church. Tell me in the comments section if you know what this building was. Looks like a tiny church to me. There's no signage or anything. I assume it's a scheduled monument of some sort. so it's probably registered online somewhere. There's a jay over there trying to be a hoopoo. I forgot to put Strava on, I think. Let's put Strava on so I can get a route. See how far I've walked. It's a juvenile herring gold over there. I can pronounce gull. It's a very stubborn cough I've got, so I apologise for that. Good morning. How are you? You don't want to see too much of me, so I won't show me for too long, but it's a stunning morning. Got me binoculars. Prime time for migrant birds. So there's been a few swallows around. I've not had any here. I had one wheatear yesterday in Ventnor, which was nice. First one of the year for me. Been plenty of wheatears in the country. It's just always a bit late. There's a dunnock singing there. So yeah, swallows are in now in various parts of the country. There's the old little dunnock up on the top there. Gonna sing again. I can hear house sparrows as well. That's the dunnock singing. There you are. And sparrows in the little walled garden over there. There's a sparrow up there as well with the dunnock. So house sparrows are a precious rarity in the Undercliff. There's not many of them. There's one little colony around here, around Woody Bay, Cottages and Wolverton Road. There's one at Wheelers Bay. I think the little colony that used to hang around Esplanade Road and the Gaiety Amusement Arcade that burnt down, I think that colony's gone now because I think they were nesting in the amusement arcade roof, which had loads of straw in the roof for some reason. But they may have gone with the conflagration, the inferno, unfortunately. There was a pair around kind of Grove car park sort of area in Ventnor, not a pair, a colony. They're colonial. I think they've gone now. I think that was caused by a little tiny plot of, kind of an abandoned plot of land having houses built on it. I think that got rid of those house sparrows. Yeah, Wheelers Bay I've already mentioned. Just trying to think if I know of any other little colonies. There can't be more than probably 30 pairs in the whole of the Undercliff. There's probably a few in Knighton actually. So this is prime hoopoo habitat, feeding on this grassy, cattle grazed grassland. Can't see any. But unless I walk into it and it flies up, I probably won't see any. So there's a good chance that today, unlike yesterday, that what's that over there? Pied wagtail calling, flying overhead. There's a good chance that the cloud layer will burn off today. And if it does, you can see there's holes in the cloud. If it does, and given there's no wind, maybe we're going to get a warm day. Certainly forecast it getting up to 17 in the southeast. We're obviously on the Isle of Wight, where it'll probably be a bit cooler, but actually it won't around Ventnor, around the Undercliff. Probably get even warmer in little alcoves where the sun's shining in. Little microclimate, it might get up to 20 degrees or something, you never know. I'm not entirely sure. There's Sugarloaf. What I might try and do is see if I can get onto that bit of coastal path. Have a quick look in Woody Bay first. If I can get on that bit of coastal path, I'll walk a little way west. Not going to go very far, although I might do, you never know. Not really walked down here in quite a while, so it'd be nice to have a proper walk. There's a chiffchaff flying, two chiffchaffs by the looks of it. You can see that they're chiffchaffs or willow warblers, little Philoscopus warblers. You can see that's what they are by the flight pattern. They're tiny little things and they zigzag across as they fly over very fast. And they're migrants, they're heading inland, having hit the coast at dawn or overnight maybe, drawn in by the lights of the town probably. And there's Woody Bay. And Woody Head, big chalky outcrop. Trouble with these longer videos is I shoot them in 4K, which means it takes a day for them to upload. That's literally true, which is fine because most people who watch my videos watch them later in the day. So shoot this one in the morning, start uploading it in the morning, and it might just about be uploaded by about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Okay, so the footpath is open. That's good. Satisfying clonk. So the fencing's been renewed along here. The fence posts. They've widened it out a little bit, the path. There's a wood pigeon, not a hoopoo, flying up over there. Oh, there's a chiffchaff down there. Sorry, a willow warbler, bright yellow thing. And the robin. Very loud dunnock singing. Two chiffchaffs and a willow warbler. Another chiffchaff. The others went kind of left up the slope. Chiffchaff there as well. Two chiffchaffs there. And another one. little arrival of migrating chiffchaffs, and at least one willow warbler. And there is Sugarloaf. Right, better get on a bit because this is going to take a long time, this walk, if I'm not careful. Yeah, it's been well used, so it's clearly officially open again. This was closed for a while because in the wet year we had a couple of winters ago, there was some slippages along the coastal path here, so they had to close it. Now they've moved the fence in a little bit by another metre or so inland and opened the path back up. Good work, Isle of Wight Council. I assume it was them rather than the landowner, because I think that's the agreement along here. It's kind of a rollback agreement whereby as the cliffs kind of fall away and erosion continues, they move the fence inland a little bit every so often to keep the coastal footpath open. This is part of the national trail that goes all around England at least. What's that over there? Is that a gull? Herring gull? A few meadow pipits on the grass here. There's a dolphin carcass on the beach. Right in the centre of the frame now, the juvenile herring gull just came up off of it, obviously feeding on it. That's a shame. Well, that's a nice bit of food for the herring gull, obviously. That's probably why they've gathered on the grazed pasture here, because they're all dropping down and feeding on the carcass now and again. What a cracking morning. There's the inner cliff face, high hat. Going around a little bit, go back. The gimbal did that on its own accord, swung around. Well, if there's going to be a hoopoo anywhere, it ought to be on this grass. So my plans for today is to got a report I'm working on for this thing I'm doing in Dorset, so get on with that. Basically that'll take most of the day, well most of the week to be honest. This evening, once that's done, or once I've done my day's allotment to that, I'll write some more in this van life book, which is almost there, almost done. It's only a short book, it's only about 20,000 words. And then, well obviously first thing before 9, I'll get this video done and start to upload it. I need to look at Starlink. I don't like Elon Musk, and he obviously owns Starlink. It's one of his many companies, but I need mobile internet that doesn't involve me tethering my phone to the tethering my computer to the phone. So when it's in the car, I'll often just tether the phone to the computer and use the mobile data, but it would be cheaper, I think, overall to buy Starlink and get a contract, because that's very good mobile internet basically. And the Starlink receiver thingies, a square kind of pad type thing, isn't particularly big. It is big relative to my poor little car. Don't think it could cope with having more stuff in there, but I have to negotiate with Flea, ask her to provide a little bit more space somewhere for a Starlink receiver. Obviously when I'm using it, it'll go on the roof, or, well yeah, it'll just go on the roof or the bonnet where I can see it. But yeah, so that's the plan for today, finishing that, or not, working on that report. I won't finish it today, and then do more writing later. Do subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so, but more useful would be to watch more of my videos, because watch time is what really matters in terms of letting the algorithm know that it's worth promoting the channel. So in a couple of weeks, to look out for a lot more migrant birds, windchats and red starts, spotted flycatchers, those kinds of things. And of course the rarer ones, the red-backed shrikes and woodchat shrikes. But realistically it's going to be the odd red start and the spotted flycatcher, particularly up on the downs. It's looking lovely along here. I've not been along here for a while, as you probably noticed if you've been watching my videos, because I haven't done a video along here in ages. Oh, this is nice. Cowslips to complement the primroses. Very nice. Let's get a photo of you. Yeah, another thing that really helps the channel, or helps my finances, is if you support me via buymeacoffee.com, or my PayPal link in the description to this video, or via the little thanks button. And thank you for people that have been making little donations to the channel via the thanks button and those other means. Really helps keep this thing on the road, so to speak. What a lovely day. Let me know in the comments section if you walk along here that often, or if you've ever walked along here. We're on the coastal path now, so it's public right of way, but as you can tell, it's not very well used. Not very many people walk along here at all, which is glorious. I very rarely encounter anybody. The occasional long distance hiker and the very occasional dog walker. Surprisingly rare dog walkers along here. And there's a lovely loop you could do. Oh, what's that up there? What's that perched? one lovely male wheatear. I need to get a camera that I've got a really good zoom on so I can zoom in and video these distant birds I keep mentioning on the videos. At least then I can add in little clips of them. Another piece of kit I would need to buy. Little gimbal on here has got a mind of its own. Obviously looking west, might just be able to make out St Catherine's Point lighthouse on the tip of the promontory in the far distance. The light is going, so you might, let's put it centre of the, zoom in a bit if I can. No, I'm fully zoomed in, I'm afraid. So if you're watching this on the TV, you might be able to make out the lighthouse. I can just about see it on the screen of this Pocket 3, DJI Pocket 3 camera, which I adore. It's a lovely little camera system, this. I have to do a review of this camera soon. This gimbal camera, it's not perfect, but it's pretty close to it. And as far as I know, the quality of the videos are pretty good, so I only edit them. I don't then watch the videos on my channel, obviously. Don't want to listen to myself going on and on and on about coffee. Nice lesser celandines in the sward. Oh, something perched up there. Yeah, there's a teasel head perched up there. It's Angelicas in flower, which the early hoverflies and that will appreciate. I don't appreciate it when it's growing in my little garden at Bestie's, because it really goes wild, this Angelica. I mean, it's a wild species, but it really goes for it. It's it loves the coastal sea spray and it invades my little garden, so it has to be, it misbehaves, it has to be kept in its place. Right, we're now a lot further along than I anticipated I would walk this morning, but the weather's so nice. I haven't a clue what the time is. I might have said the time a few minutes ago, but it would have been wrong. I've completely lost track. A photo of this view. So many years ago, when I wasn't really old, I used to walk from Binnell Bay, which we're just coming up to, along this bit of rugged coastline going west to is it Castle Haven along there, and St Catherine's Point and the lighthouse. I ought to try doing that again at some point. I'll probably twist my ankle and we'll be stranded, but test my stamina and willpower. Not sure how straightforward it would be these days. I used to be pretty bulletproof when I was younger. That kind of walk would have been easy in those days, but less so now. Meadow pipits flying over, calling. Lovely teasel heads here. These protrusions are green sands, these rocky outcrops. So the ground would have tumbled down during the big landslip and left a load of debris along here, which is vegetated, and you've just got these green sand slabs poking out. The friable soil here would have been chalk, or is chalk, and galt clay with green sand rubble. There's a bit of green sand rubble and a big slab of green sand, which is where the thrift grows. Let's have a look at the thrift. Doesn't seem to be flowering. That's this stuff. Sea pink. You buy this for the garden. Actually, that's not sea pink. Oh yes it is. Is it? No, that's not it. This is. That's thrift. Got a few of last year's flower heads. Don't know what this is. Whole ecosystem. So this is a green sand slab, which is more acidic, whereas the chalk, which is mixed in with it, is very alkaline, which gives rise to a very contrasting plant communities. Some plants that love the acid and some that love the chalk. I'm pretty sure this thrift, which is growing on the acidic slabs of green sand, or more acidic, they seem to like it less alkaline, although they do also grow in the sward, actually on the chalk, so must mean they don't mind it either way, I would guess. Seems like a reasonable guess. There's some cormorants sat on the rock out there. They're the ones that spread their wings in the sun, sat on posts in the sea and on rocks in places like this. They could also be shags, but those two were cormorants. Closely related diving birds that dive under the water to catch small fish fry, or small fish. Oh, I really have walked a lot further than I intended. Is that Spindler's Folly, these rock-built thingies? There was a little mini harbour type thing. I think that's called Spindler's Folly. Tell me in the comments section if that's true. Whew. You always have to have a sign, don't you? It's just basically saying that the landowner has kindly allowed for the path to be diverted here onto their land so that we can continue to walk. So, good sign. Thank you, landowner. Queen bee there. It's rather a lovely little section of path, this one. This is brand new. It was only put in 3 or 4 years ago, I think. So the path used to go along the into a little ravine along the sea cliff there into Ventnor Bay, but now it comes through here and it's rather pretty. Old sycamore there. Yeah, this is lovely, this little section. So top work, landowner, allowing the path to come through here. Must remember to look where I'm walking. There's one or two trip hazards, shall we say. There's even a little bridge. I'd forgotten there was a little bridge put in here. I'm not going to go down it onto Ventnor Bay because time is getting on. Just have a look from the top of this step, say. Just flush the cormorants off their rock. There is the lovely Ventnor Bay. How lucky we are to live in a place like this. What's this flowering? Somebody tell me in the comment section. It's not pyracantha, is it? Or cotoneaster. It's rather lovely, whatever it is. Can't see any bees on it, but yeah. Very nice. Don't think that was in focus, but never mind. So the path continues up there, that's one way you can go. Not sure how far you can get up there because of the landslip. This is where the pipe work goes from that was put in from the landslip up at Hunts Road. It's a rather ugly pipe. Not sure how long it will be in for, but presumably it's helping quite a bit take some of the volume of water away from the Hunts Road landslip. At least stabilise the situation up there, if that's possible. Now what I'm hoping is that I can walk right just up here, but there's a bit of fence there. So, well, it doesn't look like it's blocked. Looks like they've tried to block it, but don't have time to go up that way. That would make this walk a lot longer than it already is. So this is a permissive path, it's not a public right of way. It's a permissive path that the locals who live around here use. And it makes a lovely loop, because now I can loop back to Wolverton Road, which I need to do because it's getting on a bit at the time. We're at Old Park now, so off to my left is the Old Park Hotel, which I think is just a private residence now. I think they may have knocked down one of the more modern hotel buildings, I might be wrong. Try and restore the area here back to its former glory, perhaps. Still not encountered a person. Chuckers, not grey partridges unfortunately. So chuckers are French partridges that get released, but not native. Our own native grey partridge, unfortunately, seems really difficult to do anything for them. Well, it's not. We know exactly what needs to be done for them. Thanks to loads and loads of research done by Dick Potts and the like from the Game and Wildlife Conservation Trust. But unfortunately, it's not being done, so grey partridge is in serious trouble. But rather than doing enough to help grey partridge, we seem to release a load of non-native French partridges instead. And some of those released birds, game birds, as they call them. What's that flying up? 2 goldfinches. I'm going to stop talking for a minute just in case I flush a serin or something. I want to be able to hear it. Great tit. Yeah, one chiff-chaff and a little group of goldfinches. Don't know if you could see any of those. Old pottery, or studios. Been all studios, that's right. So this little road we're on now used to do a loop. I call it the Old Park Loop. I don't know what its name actually is, but if we go around this way a little bit, you'll see what's become of it. The end of the road. Sadly, because of the big landslip that came through here. So we have to double back. There's a pond in there, but now it's been filled in by land slippage. So the pond is no more. What used to be part of the tropical bird park, I think that included that pond. I used to go in there a lot when I was younger, but I can't remember. Pretty sure the pond was part of it. That's been filled in, sadly, by a landslide. Piece of history wiped out. But that is nature. We are in Europe's largest urbanised rotational landslip. So it's all very unstable. Well, it's actually pretty stable on the whole, but parts of it become unstable through the years. Lovely to hear. Chaffinch. A few willow warblers here, a couple of willow warblers. Having a bath. Oh, there's a moorhen in the pond. That's nice to see. Never seen a moorhen in that little pond before. Still no hoopoes. Perfect lawn there for a hoopoo. Just scanning at the moment through binoculars. See if I can see any. Nah. Sure there's one around here somewhere. On somebody's lawn in St Lawrence probably. Excuse the zipping noise, just checking my phone. Blackcap singing. We're on Wolverton Road now. Right, apart from the chalk grassland, Coombe Bottom and Rue Down, this is my favourite part of the Undercliff. It's absolutely glorious. And you may well get a few more videos from down here this spring and summer, because I need to walk through here a lot more. Even in midwinter it's beautiful down here. In spring it's even better. In summer it's lovely. In autumn it's glorious again. My favourite two seasons, autumn and spring, spring and autumn. I suppose my optimum temperature in terms of living is probably 23 to 25 degrees centigrade. So if I can work out a lifestyle where in spring I'm here, spring, early summer here, then at the height of the summer, somewhere a little bit cooler, up in Scotland maybe, maybe not, and then in the autumn back here, early autumn back here, winter in Southeast Asia, and then back here again for the spring, somewhere a little bit cooler at the height of the summer, back here in the autumn, back in Asia for the winter. That kind of routine would be good. So my little online side hustles take off and can cover my daily expenses, which is about £30 at the moment, all told. Might be £35 all told if I literally take every cost into account, which I should do. So that includes my council tax contribution at my mum's house, all the car costs. Don't have any standing charges for gas or electricity or any of that nonsense. Then it's food, just day-to-day living, you know, luxuries like buying books, buying digital books for my Kindle, buying digital videos, movies so I can watch those, Amazon Prime, membership, my phone costs. I use a pay-as-you-go thingy at the moment, which is why I need a proper contract for the phone. So if I can cover all those costs, which probably come out to about 30, 35 quid a day, then I can put in place that lifestyle. So currently my YouTube channel, this channel you're watching this on, yields about £1 a day. So that's that contribution. If I can get my Wild Writer channel over the threshold, over the 1,000 subscriber mark, then that might be another £1 a day. So that's £2 a day. If I can get my book sales up to £5 a day, they're currently about £5 a month. That's 7 quid a day. Then there's buy me a coffee and little donations that people make now and again, very kindly, much appreciated. And then there's membership of this channel, which I haven't properly activated yet, but I will do soon. Online course, I'm going to create an online course, says Flea. Yeah, if all those different little side hustles come together to yield probably about 20 quid a day, I think I can live on that. This van is stuck apparently. Well, my car cost me 450 quid. Good grief. Our prices have gone up here. 140,000.